Thank you all for coming out to something of a portrait, a junior recital recited by yours truly, Henry Andrade Fuentes. Whether you know me or don't, I hope this recital can show all aspects of myself through the art of sound in hopes that you can come away with a better picture of who I am through this music that I have written, composed, and produced myself. The song that you just heard is called Warmest Winter. It is a chord progression that I wrote in the winter of 2023, and I was very excited to finally put down a melody for this recital. And I have to give a big thank you to the band that made this song come alive. So we have Eli Land on bass, Graham Patterson on the drums, Jamie Majcher on guitar, Joe Rivers on alto sax, Ben Armstrong on alto sax, and Chris Neace on tenor sax. Y'all are good to go. If you loved the band and want to hear more, stick around because they're going to come back for the last song as well. The next song I'm going to be playing for you is called Drop Bombs. Hip hop is where I started my musical journey, and I feel it is the strongest place for me to express myself through writing. I wrote this song in the fall of 2024 as I was missing writing and producing hip hop music, as I was focusing a lot on electronic sounds. And this song is inspired by early hip hop, such as Rakim and The Roots. And so I'm very excited to perform this for y'all. This song is called Drop Bombs. I drop bombs, yeah, you know the heat is on. And if you want a hit song, then push it along. Got Vietnam arms, I brought on songs of truth. These the nukes that deploy to destroy boots. I drop bombs, set the alarm, probably calm, yet to be honest. Bars met direct for probable cause, yes, regardless. A bad that chest, smoke, suppress the breath, best invest, hazmat vest. An entree of anarchy, treated with insanity, cheat, kissing calamity, just for the vanity. No project, just projectile, except the steps of silence crept through the sounds, bound to hit ground. The shockwave crowds, a chip to smile when they spit them vows. A twist round, index they roll vows. Married to the pain, the veil over now. Family of four, now an only child. Agent Orange turn a young boy off in the wheel of misfortune. They used 2 foreign orphans to bike around the rubble to see what caused them to drop bombs. Yeah, you know the heat is on, and if you want a hit song, then push it along. Got Vietnam arms, I brought on songs of truth. These the nukes that deploy to destroy boots. I drop bombs. Yeah, we drop bombs. You know we drop bombs. Yeah, we drop bombs. Look, it's just another bomb track that attacks your system. You sit back and listen, watching the clock ticking the rhythm of bombs. Attracts lackadaisical minds who want padded backs, but yeah, you lacking half of a spine. Actively conscious and kinda clever with rhymes. A convict's optical got constant constables crying or firing. A line and iron, the eyes and bond are alive. Who signed wines for the sign of the times? If my vision didn't land mines, why should I see foe? A blind lie, prophesy to the people. It's Ironside, paralyzed to dethrone. Pair of eyes, take one for the peephole and behold the scope of who holds the rope. They set fire as long as they ain't part of the blow. Pardon the jokes, it's all part of the show. If you ain't part of the party, I know what party you knows. I drop bombs, yeah, you know the heat is on. And if you want a hit song, then push it along. Got Vietnam arms, I brought on songs of truth. These the nukes that deploy to destroy boots. I drop bombs. Yeah, I drop bombs. Yeah, you drop bombs. We drop bombs. This next song is titled Breach. This is the song that's least inspired by music. I was heavily influenced by cinema and television, specifically psychological horror and
psychological thriller. Ari Aster is the director of Hereditary, which is a movie that I fell in love with. And in watching a lot of interviews, he seemed like quite a normal guy for making a movie that is so messed up. And the challenge for this song was creating a cinematic narrative for the audience without words, trying to depict the horrors of a movie such as Hereditary with just music and sounds. So for this piece, I invite y'all to try and create your own scenes for the music you are about to hear. Be aware that parts of the song can get awfully quiet, and I recommend you have a lot of patience when listening to music such as this. So this song is called Breach. This next song is called Featuring. The song was originally, for a while, titled Nine Inch Nails Type Beat. Um, I came up with the song title when I started writing the lyrics. At first, I started the production process and arranged the whole song, and oftentimes, after completing a full production of an instrumental, I have a better concept of where I want to go writing wise, and the progression in the instrumental allowed me to kind of make a progression within the lyrical narrative of this song. This song is about body image and perfectionism, and inspired by Breach, kind of taking a psychological horror approach to the writing and the narrative of the song. So this is Featuring.
I wanna love myself tonight. How do I love myself tonight? I wanna love myself tonight. I wanna love myself tonight. How do I break every bone in this body to build a new structure to love myself? It's simple, the body is a temple. How sacred is the flesh with a smile, no dimple? And don't start to talk about dental. The second I hit cheese, I'ma scream to the screen shatter. Make the vocal cords rip, I'll sip on every drip, drip patter. Just to fill in this pit, what's the matter? What's the matter? I just need new blood to love myself. I just need new blood to love myself. These legs have already been worked, and this mouth has done enough talking. I just need new blood to love myself. I just need new blood to love myself. I'm just not obsessed with these features. I'm just not obsessed with these features. The eyes are the windows to the soul. Gentrify my body, tear it down to the souls. I just need new blood to love myself. I just need new blood to love myself. How do I love myself tonight? I wanna love myself.
I want to thank y'all for coming out again. This final song was the largest project for this recital and the most rewarding for me to write. I once again want to thank the lovely band that is performing with me for allowing me to try out these new ideas in real time and struggling with me through the complexities of this song. My goal for this piece was to take all the styles I have presented thus far in the recital and place it into one song. Something of a portrait was a phrase that out of thin air last semester popped into my head and stuck with me. It was the exact phrase that encapsulated what I wanted to do with this performance. This recital has served the purpose of challenging my internal struggle to be seen, and how I learned that I could use this recital to hone in on the idea that to be seen as an artist is a privilege. Especially in a world where technology seems to dominate, it is a privilege to be able to escape the shadows that we seem to be pushed further into every day. As a performance technology major, I'm grateful to be studying such a unique form of music where I can learn to use technology to uplift my art form rather than let it control my art. For this song, I would like the audience to tap into our unique relationship with art. And again, round of applause for this beautiful band behind me. Already? The question is, what does art mean to you? How does it survive? And how do you? Something of a portrait, poetry's in motion, throwing lyrics on a page like stones, skipping on an ocean. That's how I think of it. Career Titanic, but I ain't no sinking ship, so you can either jump ship or watch the ship sail. I retell my story included with shipping sails. Spaceships on Mars, we land rovers on walls, we slam posters hoping that we fall closer to the idols that mold us. But as the walls get older and the posters get folded, it's those that provoke the folk now known to get quoted post-mortem at least. So I beat through the seas to lead blind mice to these arteries squeeze. Professor of compressors bringing lesser voices up. The blaster looks like Mecca got stuck in my notepad. A cold rag for all the hang-ups that my soul has. So most depth to map on that up. Those who had the most also have what most have nothing. Is that a different discussion? When I know the beat's disgusting, I can keep a crowd thrilled. I can have a game by the teeth, I can still get my crown filled. Let's be honest, what y'all call a comp, just pitch, posh, gaudy bars, flosses, blacks, and the compass till you get washed. I've been on and off before, good until I'm gone. Quotes all in the boat, safer in my dome, but safe don't mean free. That's why there's music now home. And if you feel you're chosen to fall in the walls, never talk. If at all, do they stalk? Never saw through it all, never walk far from the start. All in all, the falls absolve. Do it, build a wall, or paint a portrait. Do it, build a wall, or paint a portrait. Do it, build a wall, or paint a portrait. Do it, build a wall.
Where's my place in art? Complacent art is vacant art. Provocateur, but a tour de France don't mean you craft work from the heart. I crafted image from the start. I can see through all of y'all. Don't mean no disrespect, I couldn't handle introspect neither. I believe the characters I conceived of. Caricatures of me was the only character left to speak of. Aretha Franklin wasn't on my playlist at the time. Expected a respect before I knew that it was mine for the taking. And every day since I've been awakened to the shame that I will hold. Never hold myself gracefully. Hastily kill to be tastefully, simply as ABC or OJ in the AM. Breaking chains like we the Haitians. DRP, I'll share the language I was raised in. Best believe that DNA is from the ES. Yo nací en VA, alado YDC. Primer enamorado, Eddie Amado, CLT. From Noda to Beatty Ford, from Plaza to the Fillmore. UNC Charlotte wasn't the farthest, so test the knowledge. It ain't the fairest. Rawest, MC, Arthur. W.T. Harris Boulevard, I'm full of art. I need my own Smithsonian. We'll sing music's forever, but that be phony. Knowing I've been on and off before. Good until I'm gone. Quotes all in the boat. Safer in my dome, but safe don't mean free. That's why there's music now home. And if you feel you're chosen, the ball in the walls. Never talk if it's all. Do they stalk? Never saw. Do it all, never what? Far from the start. All in all, it falls. Absolve. Do it, build a wall. Or paint a portrait. Do it, build a wall. Or paint a portrait. Do it, build a wall. Or paint a portrait. Do it, build a wall. Something of a portrait, poetry still in motion, throwing lyrics on a page like stones skipping on the ocean. The stepping stones, the road to the world you see. Lo and behold, lo in theory, shaboons, bass deep, havoc to any prodigy, collecting LPs, killing mics and the feelings right. You and donuts on a track, ain't no bringing Dilla back. Are you feeling that? Still attached to your icons, and you're ill enough to fulfill the bills to keep the light on. A bunch of jacks trying to get their mic on. I write songs, undependent on that. My right arm armed as if the pen was attached. Blow out the competition, cold crates. Planetary digging, couldn't be offended. All previous comments to be rescinded or forgiven. How I live is the grave question. My headstone, it was written, engraving a message to make the depth of line less death define. When each check resigned, is you next in line with death behind. Complex, the mind that checks around, and when dust sets, music's left behind. Life a quarter in, here's what I know. I'm more Wayne, shorter than Lil Wayne. I'm a De La Soul, crusty in my native tongue. Speak no evil, the root of all is to be the fall of common sense, but less time is pain, more song horror. The soul of Guevara, I won't rest in peace, believe in sleep is where a dream begin. A casket is a portrait, another box for y'all to see me in. And if you feel you're chosen, the fall in the walls. Never talk, if it's all, do they stalk? Never saw through it all, never walk far from the start. All in all, it falls, it's all. Do it, build a wall, or paint a portrait. Do it, build a wall, or paint a portrait. Do it, build a wall, or paint a portrait. Do it, build a wall.